The federal government has admitted that many Nigerian embassies and consulates abroad are struggling to stay afloat, weighed down by unpaid staff salaries, overdue rents, and mounting debt to service providers. Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Kimiebi Ebienfa acknowledged in a statement that the financial strain has disrupted the smooth running of several missions. He assured Nigerians, both home and abroad, and in the diaspora, that the welfare of diplomatic staff and their families remains a priority for the Tinubu administration. According to Ebienfa, the government has already approved and released special intervention funds to ease the pressure and keep some missions functioning. Now, Tonye Jaja, lawyer based in Maseru, Lesotho, joins us now for some more on this. Tonye, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We're wondering, how did we come to this point? Isn't it counterproductive to Nigeria's image to not pay our staff and all landlords and other service providers?
You have said it. It's the height of embarrassment. Imagine if the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria was not able to function. So if you have family in the U.S., you cannot go there and apply for visa to travel. That's the best way I can describe the embarrassment and inconvenience.
I'm sure it's far-reaching, but what are the likely challenges when salaries or rent aren't paid at these diplomatic offices abroad? Are there any constitutional or statutory limits to how long the government can delay?
In the realm of international law, the principle is reciprocity. Whatever you do to another country, they repay you in kind. So if you are not providing diplomatic services, visas for people who want to travel to Nigeria, if the Nigerian embassy is not providing that, then you are creating a situation where the other people can repay you in kind by saying, okay, we are not going to provide the same services. So it's not good for us. Fine. Economically, diplomatically, how do you function? The embassy is supposed to organize state visits. If, for example, His Excellency the President has to travel to another foreign country, it is the embassy of Nigeria in that country that organizes state visits. A situation where you've not paid them salaries, how do they organize state visits? And you know it's more expensive. Instead of the Nigerian ambassador to represent Nigeria, you have the president flying the presidential jet to those countries. It becomes more expensive to run such a system.
Okay. Tonye, are there risks to Nigeria's reputation internationally because of this situation?
Of course. Nigeria is a signatory to international treaties. And once you append your signature, once you ratify a treaty, you are bound by its obligations. So you cannot turn around and say, oh, we don't have the finance to enforce our obligations. No, you can't. Once you have signed a treaty, there's a case law by the Supreme Court of Nigeria, Abacha versus Fayemi. Once a country ratifies a treaty, especially like Nigeria, you are bound by the treaty obligations, whether financial, whether diplomatic. You have to fulfill those obligations. There's no excuse. Imagine if every country turns up with an excuse to say, financially, we cannot keep up. For example, sending military troops. Nigeria has been contributing to the ECOWAS force. I was there in the Gambia in 2021. It was Nigeria that helped to stabilize as part of the ECOWAS military force, because the former dictator, military dictator, he lost the election. He was unwilling to yield. It was the ECOWAS army or force, military force, that installed the president, the person that won the election. So imagine if you complain that we do not have money to enforce those international obligations, then things will go haywire.
Okay. Well, Tonye, I want to say thank you very much for joining us. Give us your expert opinion on the matter. Thank you.